in a musical key. With meaning, come on and learn that your soul can be free.
You're watching the Music with Meaning show, the international music program with a worldwide message of love.
Musical perfection is mathematical.
But musical inspiration is divine.
And we have a very special show today, Phoebe, you know, because we're going to be interviewing Jeremy Spencer, who used to play with one of the most famous pop groups of recent times, the Fleetwood Mac. And we're going to be finding out what he's doing musically at the moment. And in fact, music is pretty much the theme of the show today, isn't it, Phoebe?
Yes, it is. And so if you're a music lover and you enjoy some meaning with your music, then stay with us for the next half hour for some music with love.
Music with meaning means love.
Some music with love and some sweet, soft songs, which is the title of the opening number from Michael and Jeremy.
I turned on the radio to listen to the hits. Nothing but confusion and violence. Now I may be an old fogey, but I just got to have soft, loving hands, not hard rock bands. Screaming heebie-jeebies, jungle savages, play so diabolical, not heavenly. I feel just like the man beating his head against the wall. Feels so good when it stops. Those sweet soft songs, where have they gone? How long will this hard rocker carry on? Those sweet soft songs, where can they be? Music to love and live by eternally. Talk about soul music, that's what we play. Songs of love to touch the heart, the cry of youth today. To weep with us, enjoy with us, to know you're not alone. In this hell they call the world today. Those sweet soft songs, where have they gone? How long will this hard rocker carry on? Those sweet soft songs, where can they be? Music to love and live by eternally. Those sweet soft songs, soft songs. Music to love and live by eternity.
How long will this hard rock carry on, asks Michael Fogarty, in a song which he wrote himself called Sweet Soft Songs. And playing with Michael, that was Jeremy Spencer, who, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to be meeting on the Music with Meaning show today.
I have a letter here. It's from Qazi Imdad Hook in Dhaka, Bangladesh. He writes, I especially like the songs of the children, and the sweet, soft songs of the Music with Meaning show calms my mind with its sweet and loving music.
And we're going to be looking deeper today into just what power does music have to affect our lives and our emotions and our actions. Well, Qazi, here's a children's song coming up, and it's from the Love Lights, and they're going to tell you all about the power of love.
Oh, what can make the birdie sing such a beautiful tune? And what can make a tiny seed and flowers bloom? And what can make you. It's that irresistible, undeniable power of love. 1 plus 1 still makes 2. You need me, I need you. All alone, life's no fun. When love knocks, you better come. What can make the birdie sing such a beautiful tune? And what can make a tiny seed and flowers bloom? And what makes me want to share a banana with you? It's that irresistible, undeniable power of love. It's that irresistible, undeniable power of love. It's that undeniable power of love.
You know what, Phoebe, I was thinking here, I'm English, you're Norwegian, we have all sorts of nationalities working together to make this show, but our viewers must wonder why on earth do we have our club address in Greece?
Well, being an international show and having so many club members both in the East and the West, it's a very convenient place to be.
Yeah, it's sort of halfway between East and West,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
In fact, you may not know that Music with Meaning started actually in the East, in India, over 5 years ago, and since then it's gradually moved out to the West until now we're playing on stations all over America, England, and Western Europe. Whereas normally popular music, it starts in the West and gradually moves out to the East. But it shows that we dare to be different on this program and do things differently and vary away from the musical norm. But anyway, back to Greece, where here's the address of the International Music with Meaning Club.
You can join the Music with Meaning Club, CPO 220. You can join the Music with Meaning Club by writing Athens, Greece. Writing in today at the Music with Meaning Club.
Why don't you join in and sing along with Windy, who's going to sing a song of happiness.
I'll sing a song for you, my love, if you will sing with me. And I'll sing you a song that will make you smile, if you'll give your smile back to me. Well, I know we can do it much better if we do it for good and good alone. But we've got to stay together, because together is the way that we belong. Let's sing a song of happiness and tell the world that they can sing along. I'd rather be happy than to have the distress that surrounds me when I'm all alone. So let's make a world that's much better than the greedy, stupid world that's almost gone. And we'll try this time to love one another, and I know that love will live on, and on and on and on after I'm gone. La 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 la. Hey, let's sing a song of happiness and tell the world that they can sing along. So let's make a world that's much better than the greedy, stupid world that's almost gone. And we'll try this time to love one another, and I know that love will live on, and on and on and on after I'm gone, and on and on and on after I'm gone, and on and on and on and on after I'm gone.
And that's our lovely Windy singing a song of happiness and telling the world that they can sing along. And that really sums up the whole purpose of Music with Meaning.
Music with meaning means love.
Okay, on with the show. And next, we have a song from a very fine young composer and singer. His name is Paul Michael. And in this song, he longs for the music that sings.
I looked out upon heard no music at all. The voice of the harpers and pipers had ceased. The trumpeters no longer call. The crown from our head is fallen. The joy of our heart is ceased. Our dancing is turned into mourning, and I weep for those that weep. Oh, I long for the music that sings, and I wait for the songs that live, with words that speak to the children of love. My song to them I give. Oh, I long for the music that sings, and I wait for the songs that live, with words that speak to the children of love. My song to them I give. I give. While walking through the city, I heard the songbird say, children, we are leaving, flying all the way. Mount up with wings like the eagles, and fly on the wings of song. The words that speak, the music that sings, will live forever on. Oh, I long for the music that sings, and I wait for the songs that live, with words that speak to the children of love. My song to them I give. And as I watched them fly away, their face shone with the sun. I knew their hearts had touched the sky by the song they sung. Oh, I long for the music that sings, and I wait for the songs that live, with words that speak to the children of love.
That was Paul Michael with I Long for the Music That Sings.
And what a moving song that was. It gave you almost nostalgic memories of the kind of music that's now almost gone, the hopeful spirit of the sweet music of the 50s, the protest music, the music that was really trying to say something.
Ain't it good to know you got somebody who loves you? Ain't it good to know you got somebody who cares?
When you join the International Music with Meaning Club, you join thousands of people in over 60 countries who get our monthly Music with Love magazine. And this week, we have a gift for you of a Music with Meaning Club badge and a color brochure with pictures of favorite Music with Meaning artists. So write to us at CPO 220 Athens, Greece, and it's all free. You want to know why? Because we love you.
Ain't it good to know you got somebody who loves you? When no one else knows you're there.
So now let me introduce you to our guest on the show today, Jeremy Spencer. Jeremy, well, I know that music's meant something very special to you because you must have grown up with it ever since you were very young.
Yes, that's true. I started playing the piano when I was 9, 10 years old. But I guess I really wanted to play the guitar, which I didn't really get the chance to start until I was about 16.
Jeremy, I'd like to read you this letter, and this is typical of hundreds of letters that we get every week from young people all around the world. And this is from Barry, who's writing to us from Ontario in Canada. And he says, I like the music being played on the Music with Meaning show because it gives an alternative to the music being listened to by young people all around the world, especially here in the West. He says, I began to play for rock and roll groups in the 60s, and the music of the 60s I really loved. But by the end of the decade, I was in a position where I was starting not to like what I was singing and playing. And I began to feel that the music was losing its direction and starting to drift aimlessly. But, Barry says, the music that I've heard on your show has showed me that there is still hope and direction for music today. Well, Jeremy, what's your comments on this letter?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say I really wholeheartedly agree with Barry's views. I feel exactly the same way.
Jeremy, you...
Well, a bit of a responsibility to all the attention. I couldn't quite... I didn't feel I could cope with it. Responsibility because of the fact that so many people were looking to me for something, and it stopped short at me, and so I was really at a loss of...
young people look to music for answers, so you mean you felt didn't have answers to give them? But what about the other people, like... you must have come into contact with so many other people like the Beatles and Jimi Hendrix, and did they feel like they had answers to give to people in their music?
I think the responsibility, I think they all feel that responsibility. From what I gathered in meeting a lot of them. I remember one time at a concert in Miami, Jimi Hendrix, I think just before his death, he stood up in the middle of his concert and stopped everything and looked at everyone and asked, does anybody out there know what the truth is? And no one could give him an answer.
Well, thank you so much, Jeremy. And actually, in the first edition of our Music with Meaning Club magazine, there's a full interview with Jeremy in which he tells his whole life story. But before we go any further, let's watch Jeremy performing on the Music with Meaning show today one of his finest numbers called Traveling.
Traveling a distant land, I really enjoy the days. It's always been my way to keep moving on. Then the nights and the city lights showed me I was missing home. The reason I was feeling low, I was missing love. For your love, can I ever get enough of your love? For your love, can I ever get enough of your love? Traveling here all alone, looking back over my time, thinking about you tonight and how you changed my life. Now I realize at this point in my life, after trying the best that I can, that I am only a man and I need your love. For your love, can I ever get enough of your love? For your love, can I ever get enough of your love? Traveling
beautiful. That's one of my favorite songs from Jeremy's recent album, and that was called Traveling.
Music with meaning, love in a musical key.
Well, thank you so much for that number, Jeremy. Jeremy, do you think that musicians and especially music producers and people in the music business should be more aware of the power that music has to affect people's lives?
Yes, I very much think so. I think just as there is I think the effects of what music does to people have been underplayed in this, in the last few years as being negligible. Like you're imagining things if you imagine that music does things to people, which is contrary to the way I personally believe. And I think really there should be some form of, just as there is on medicines and food and whatever that they give out to the consumer, I think there should be a quality control on music.
I really agree with you, Jeremy, and I know that I certainly can't stand to listen to music that doesn't affect me in a good way and is uplifting and positive and encouraging. And Jeremy, out of all of the hundreds of songs that you produced for the Music with Meaning show, I think the one song that is requested over and over again is Prodigal Son. What is it that you think is really special about this song? Why is it like an all-time favorite?
It's a, could be, because it's a very well-known story, you might say. And I think almost anybody can relate to it in one way or another.
So I know that you're all going to very much enjoy watching Jeremy perform his perennial favorite, Prodigal Son.
Hasn't everyone been a prodigal son? Hasn't everyone been a prodigal son? There was a man who had two sons. One wanted to leave, who said he'd take his inheritance to do as he pleased. The younger son got it all together and journeyed away to waste his life in riotous living, playing foolish games. When he had spent all there came a famine in the land. He began to be in want, he had nothing left in his hands. He went to work for a local farmer, feeding the swine, living on the husks of the world and no longer drinking wine. Hasn't everyone been a prodigal son? Hasn't everyone been a prodigal son? When he came to himself, he said, I'm going back home. My father's servants have enough to eat while I'm just dying all alone. I'll arise and go to my father and say unto him, Father, I've sinned against heaven, please take me in. Hasn't everyone been a prodigal son? Hasn't everyone been a prodigal son? When his father saw him, he rejoiced inside and called his servants to prepare a feast. was lost and is found. Hasn't everyone been a prodigal son? Hasn't everyone been a prodigal son?
And thank you so much, Jeremy Spencer. And so, this is Simon and Phoebe and all of us here at Music with Meaning, sending lots of love to you. And let us leave you with the thought that, as our jingle says, musical perfection is mathematical, but musical inspiration, it's divine. Bye-bye.
Joy we bring. Our songs are like the key of